Hi all, Elaine here from MRE Studio Designs, and this is part 2 of our Gingerbread House tutorial. So we're going to pick up right where we left off. Okay, so the last thing that we have to make is the chimney for the basic house. So I have already cut out 2 of the pieces, and now we're going to cut out the last of them. And these will go in the oven, and I'll put them together afterwards. There we go. So these will go in the oven for half an hour at 275, and when they're done, I will put them together and put them on the house. So I will be right back. Okay, so here are our pieces out of the oven, and as you can see, I did texture them to look like stone, and now we're going to put them together with some crazy glue. Okay, so we put some bacon bond on the bottom of the chimney and we're trying to see if it's going to fit, and it does. It fits pretty well, but it is leaning to one side a little bit, so we're going to put a little piece of uh, clay on the one side so that it sits straight. So we're going to take that off, being real careful, and put the piece of clay on there and then put that back onto the roof. And now it sits perfectly. There we go. Okay, so we're ready to design our roof. And what I've done is I've put some bacon bonded stripes on there, and using my extruder, I made some red little snakes and I'm putting them across it. We're going to do a crisscross pattern on this. I apologize, I did lose part of my video and my sound as well, so I am dubbing this. So we're just going to continue to put the little pieces over the bacon bond or whatever adhesive you use. Okay, so here's our house with all of the red stripes on it, on both front and back. And we're going to put this in the oven soon, but not quite yet, because I want to start putting some snow on here. So what I've done is I've rolled out some frost white glitter. And I want to start with the chimney. Let's see how this does. Much better. Okay. So right about there. So we need to put some Bacon Bond on the frost white glitter. Spread that all over. And then we're going to put this on the chimney. I brought it up a little higher so we can put it up on the edge too. Just like that. How's that? If we want to, we can make it look more like snow. Or even a little bit more. Oh, I know what I'm going to use. A trusty little wire brush. Better than trying to make one dot at a time. Okay, before we go any further, I'm going to put this in the oven for half an hour. Make sure everything's nice and tight. And I will be back when that's done. Okay, so the house is out of the oven and it's cooled, and we're going to start adding some more snow. So I've cut out a piece of the frost white glitter, and I'm just texturing it now. Let's measure how big that is. That's going to go right up on the top here. That's fine. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Right about there. Let's try that now. Good. So we're going to put some Bacon Bond on that. Spread that around. And then we're going to add that to the roof. going to take another piece. Okay, let's texture this first. And then we're going to turn it over and put some Bacon Bond on it. Spread that all over. And now we're going to add it to our house. Just like that. Cut the ends off. Bring it down just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do the same on the other side and on the first floor. So when I get that done, I will be right back. Okay, so here's our house with all the snow on it and the decorations on the roof. So we're going to put this into the oven one more time. Make sure everything stays where it is. And when that's done, we'll finish up with whatever other decorations we want to do. So I will be right back. The next thing I would like to do is I want to frost my windows a little bit. So what I did was I mixed some UV resin and some white glitter and a little touch of white pigment as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some across like part of the window, not completely, just to give it a kind of like a little frosty look. The same thing with the bottom windows here, just a little bit. Get more of a winter look. After I'm done with that, I'm going to hit it with my UV light. Because it's so thin, it'll only take a few seconds for this to cure. And it's a sunny day today, so I might even just sit this outside and let the whole thing cure. So I'm going to continue doing the other windows. And when I'm done, we'll go on to the next step. So we're almost finished with the house. All I want to do now is I'm taking a little bit of lighter brown and I'm dry brushing over some of the bricks so that they don't look quite so brown, if you know what I mean. Just to give it a little texture. Not a lot, dry brushing. Very, very, very little on the brush. There we go. And I'm going to do that all the way around the house, and then we're going to let that dry. And then we are done with the house. As you can see, I've added some new ornaments on our garland on the windows, some little cookie cutouts on the house. And as soon as that dries, we are going to work on the yard. So I will be right back. Okay, so here we are at the end of our journey, almost at the end of our journey. And what we have left to do now is to do the rest of the yard for our centerpiece. And what I have here is a piece of the granite pearl that I rolled out really thin and made a walkway. And I have a bunch of white that I'm going to roll out and we're going to use as snow on the yard. So that is going to go there and go right around. Just like that. Now I'm going to continue rolling out my white and filling in the yard, and when I'm done with that, I will be right back. Okay, so here's our house. We have all the snow down, and I have already put this in the oven so it's nice and hard. And now we're going to do our little skating pond. So I've taken some UV resin and put some blue in here. Stirred it up real good. And we're just going to pour that in there. Go. And then we're going to put this part under the UV lamp so as we get it all spread out nice and even. And once that's cured, we will be all done. And as you can see, I made this little snowman, and we're going to put him on there too. Right there. Now I'm going to do some trees at some point, but I'm not going to do them now, so I just want to see what it looked like with a couple of trees on there. And that's what they would look like. So that is what our completed piece would look like. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment or a suggestion, and I will see you next time. Thank you.